She's a double agent bedwench. She's my personal hero. I just call her V. V. She's my personal hero. Now she's ratchet, of course. I mean, they say she's a gold digger, hoe, all that stuff. I'm not disputing that. You know, hoes are people too. I'm not a hoe hater. Even if she's a hoe, I'm not a hoe hater. There's pictures of her with Magic Don Magic Wand, so she knows the game. That's why I'm not mad at her. Hold on, let me find. I got a picture of her. There's a picture of her with Don Magic Wand. I'm so not mad at her. On her Instagram, he might have been mad because she was on Instagram with PIs. Hold on. Yeah, so she's hanging with, she knows the game. That's why she's hanging with the players. And listening to the tape, I know a motherfucker with some game. She got some game on her. That's why I'm not, a lot of people are that gold digging hoe. No, hoes are people too. Don't be a hoe hater. Ain't nothing wrong with hoes. You did. Don't be a hoe hater. And listening to the tape, I respect her game. She was spitting at that trick ass nigga, Donald, Sterling. She was spitting at him. He was like, "Oh, honey, why are you bringing the blacks to the game? And why? Oh," she was like, "Oh, can I make it better, honey? I don't know. What can I do, baby?" She's spitting that hot fire at his trick ass. I'm not mad at her, but she's a double agent bedwench, and that's what we need. Now, look, she got caught out there. What he probably, she knew she was about to get kicked to the curb, so she played, she kept her little trump card in her back pocket, and she played that trump card on his ass, which is good. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I did hear what he said about black Jews. I get on that in a minute. Remind me of that too, Mende. Please remind me of that. But like I said, look, this woman, she was going along with the program because she knew he was a racist. She knew he was a white supremacist. Looked like he was about to kick her to the curb, and she had a trump card in her back pocket, a just in case move, which is a smart thing. If you're going to be a hoe, be a smart hoe. She kept a trump card because she knew he was racist, so she was like, okay, look, let me get some on him. Just in case he gets slick or his wife gets slick because the wife is trying to sue her. Just in case they try to blow up my spot, let me get a trump card. That's some smart street shit right there. That's why I respect her hustle. I respect the game. I respect the game. So she's my hero. Because she was a double agent bedwench. When you get caught out there in the game, okay, well look, if I go down, all of us go down in this bitch. She played the double agent bedwench role. Because see, a lot of these bedwenches, they don't play the double agent role. They believe everything that this dude is saying to them. And then they end up getting fucked up in the game and kicked to the curb. So they believe everything these cats are saying to them. What are you looking for, Vina? All that's upstairs. She was the thought, the thought that sat by the door. Exactly. It's not down here, Vina. But a lot of those bedwenches, they believe everything that they're told. And this is a perfect example of what I've been telling y'all for years about how the bedwenches are told to disown themselves from other black folks. Whenever a lot of these Negro bedwenches start dating white dudes, the white dudes, and I've said this a million times, they require them to distance themselves from other black folks. They require it. They require them to distance themselves from other black folks. And this is why whenever you see these so-called black feminists and all that, and they got a white husband or white boyfriend, they talk crazy about black folks. You ever notice that? Now, I've always pointed that out repeatedly. Whenever you see a black female, and not in all cases, but a lot of times when you see a black female, especially one who identifies herself as a black feminist, who has a white husband or a white boyfriend or a white baby daddy, they will go out of their way to talk crazy about other black folks. that's because their white significant other requires them to do that. Because they're being told, look, if I accept you, if I'm lowering myself to be with your black ass, you're going to have to be something special. You can't be like the others. So how do I know that you're not like the others? Well, master, I'll show you. Them niggas ain't shit. I'll go publicly and say them niggas ain't shit. Because the reason why they're required to do that is because of the situation with Donald Sterling. They don't want to have a double agent around them. That's been a big fear for years, that double agent laying up in your bed. Because, look, white supremacists know what they've done wrong to black folks. They know that they've shitted on black folks. They know it. White supremacists know this. Even in slavery, when the white supremacist slave master was laying up with the black women, they knew that shit was wrong and all the shit they were doing was wrong. They knew that. So the Negro bedwenchers back then, they had to make sure, if I'm laying up in the bed with you, Queenie, you ain't gonna have nobody come in here and slit my throat in the middle of the night, are you? No, sir. No, sir, massa. No, sir. Oz keeps them niggas away from you, sir. All right, Queenie, just double checking. So a lot of the Negro bedwenches will get wined and dined. Because they know black folks love nigger trinkets. Black people love nigger trinkets. You give us a little nigger trink, we like kids. Red bottoms, yeah. You know, we like kids over little nigger shit. Listen to the words of Sterling when she was talking to him. She was like, how do you don't like black people? You got black players. He was like, well, look, hey, I feed them, I clothe them, I buy them cars. Nobody does that but me. He sounded like a goddamn plantation owner. I feed them, I clothe them, I buy them cars, I give them everything they need. He sounded like a plantation owner. Get TJ. TJ's. Oh. So the thing is, they want to make sure that the Negro bedwench ain't going to turn on them, which a lot of them did. A lot of them did. Now let's give props where props are due. There were a lot of black women who were the Negro bedwenches who actually turned on those dudes. They would poison them. They would do all types of shit. A lot of the black women were real slick back in the day. They would run away. They would, let cats know what was happening on the plantation inside the house. But you do have some Negro bedwenches that will just go along with the program. So V Stiviano, whatever her name is, she's my hero. She's like the Rosa Parks of ratchetness. She's the Harriet Tubman of hoeing. Because she did something that's something that needed to be done. And this is why, and I said on Twitter, a lot of the Negro bedwenches are very quiet about this whole situation because they're scared. Because she did something that somebody should have did a long time ago, which was turn on her white benefactor, who happens to be a white supremacist. She turned on him. Now, a lot of these dudes out here, these white supremacists, who have Negro bedwench side pieces, all these women who got these Olivia Pope situations, now the white dudes are looking like, hey, Jamaica, I just saw this situation with Sterling and that Mexican black chick. She turned on him. You're not going to go tell our secrets, are you? So now they're side-eyeing the Negro bedwenches out here. And the Negro bedwenches are kind of trembling, which is good. We've got to shake this shit up a little bit. The Negro bedwenches are scared right now because now they're side-eyeing them. See, it only takes a few. It only takes one or two situations to pop off to disrupt the whole thing. And understand this. If some shit goes down, the coons are going to go first, and the Negro bedwenches are going first. The coons and the Negro bedwenches are the first ones to be thrown to the wolves. See, that's why we need more double agents out here. So all these Negroes cooning and shucking and jiving and all that. Well, white people are not fooled by that. They know that you are a low-down, dirty, disgusting coon. If you turn on your own people, you'll turn on them. Go look at the movie Queen with Halle Berry. Halle Berry, she was getting groomed to be a Negro bedwench, and she thought that she had an in with the family. If you've seen the movie, it was like, the movie came out in the 90s with Halle Berry playing a mulatto slave. She thought that Massa and the family was going to take care of her. after the Civil War, they dumped her ass to the curb so fast. They dumped her ass to the curb. They get rid of the Negro bed wenches first. They have no problem dropping your ass. All you women who think you're going to be the next Olivia Pope and how your good, tight black pussy is going to keep these white dudes at bay. There's a tight black pussy turning 21 every 48 hours. Or every 15 minutes for that matter. They will drop you to the curb so fast. They expect to drop you to the curb. They keep all types of information on your ass just in case you try to break bad on them. They will slide you to the curb so fast. Now, with this young lady, V Stiviano, she understood what was going to happen. She knew because she looks like she got some miles on her. She looks like she's like probably 30-something, I don't know. But, I look at her hands. She got them, her hands got some miles on them. She got them old little Cicely Tyson hands. So she's getting some miles on her. And some of that sugar daddy money is drying up. So she's like, okay, let me play my last trump card. And she put them on out there. Which is good. Which is good. So the thing is, if you listen to the tape, listen to him. Listen to some of the stuff he's saying. He's like, I don't want you to bring the blacks to the game. She's like, but I'm black and Mexican, sweetie, but why can't you carry yourself like a nice white girl? Listen to the stuff he was saying. Why can't you carry yourself like a nice Latina? It's just the culture. Listen to the words this man was saying. He kept saying culture. It's just the culture. See, that's the thing. Go back to listen to my show called One Nigger at a Time. I did a show called One Nigger at a Time. A lot of times when they bring black folks into a certain situation in the dominant society, it's the one nigga at a time rule. They don't want to bring too many black folks in because they got to pretend that you're special. And then black folks start buying into that I'm special shit. So when they bring one black person around, it's like, okay, just so I don't think that I'm lowering myself by being around people that I feel are beneath me, you're a special kind of black person. You're not really black at all. You see, when you get around certain white people, and not all, because all white people are not racist, but you hear white people say, I got a black friend and I don't see color at all. You see that bullshit? You know how bullshit of a statement that is? That's basically saying, I got a black friend. Instead of me admitting I got a black friend, I just got a friend who has no color. I'd rather just have a friend that I can pretend who's invisible than to admit that he's black. I don't see you as black. Let me tell y'all something. Stop apologizing about being black to these fucking people. Stop apologizing about being... This whole thing, black folks almost got to apologize about being black. Fuck them, these people who don't like it. Just like the V Stiviano, whatever her name is, she's on there. He's saying, well, how come you can't just carry yourself like a... I'm sorry, honey. I can't change my color. I'm sorry. She's apologizing for being black. The fuck out of here. The hell are you apologizing for being black for? If you got to apologize for being born, you need to check these folks. Let me say this. Ain't nothing wrong with being black. You're the original people on the damn planet. Black people always got to dilute their blackness and tiptoe around it. That's why black folks got to use words like, well, minority. Black people are scared to own up to their blackness because those in the dominant society get uncomfortable. You're black. Ain't nothing to apologize about. I don't apologize for shit. I don't just happen to be black. See, when you hear that term, well, you just happen to be black. That sounds like it's some kind of accident. No, I'm a black dude. I'm black. I'm the original man. God made people who look like me first on this planet. The fuck am I going to apologize for? That's disrespectful to God. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got to get off that whole apologizing for being black nonsense. And even with this and the Cliven Bundy whole thing, We keep hearing about, well, the problem with blacks is this, the problem with black. Ain't nothing wrong with black folks. Black people, we get judged by the lowest denominator of the black community. So if a white person sees a black person in the projects, all of a sudden, his insecure white supremacist mind has to make it so that all black people are like that. That's his insecurity. Ain't nothing wrong with you. The problem is the white insecurity that happens with white supremacists like Donald Sterling. He has the problem. He's the one. You're a billionaire. Feel this. You got billions of dollars. With a B. You are a billionaire. And your ass is still insecure about black folks. What does that tell you? He's on the tape. If you listen to the tape, he sounded like he was about to cry. Oh, why? Why are you around those black men? And why? You got billions of dollars, and the thought of your lady being around other black dudes fucks with you. That's genetic power. See, the money is one thing. The money is one thing. But the money does not cover up those insecurities. The money does not cover up the insecurity. And just like Francis Cress Welsing said, it's that fear of genetic annihilation. The dude sounded mad insecure. And just think about it. This dude is a billionaire. And, he tricks his money off and he has to buy chicks to get around him and all that. And deep down, he knows that he's just an old trick. He knows that. He knows that people are out there to get him. That's a hell of a feeling because you got money and you can get chicks to come kick it with you. But deep down in her heart, she ain't really trying to fuck with you. That's the thing that bothers these dudes. Even though you're a zillionaire, this chick, she's with you, but she's still looking at the dude who works for you. She's still looking out there on the plantation at Ezekiel picking cotton with his strong muscles. That's the thing that fucks with these dudes. The fact that Sterling can go to a place and he can trick off his money and buy a whole bunch of high-class hookers, but the one little player who he's throwing scraps to who works for his team can walk in the club and all the women are lined up to get to that dude. That fucks with those dudes, man. That messes with those dudes. But that whole culture thing, they keep talking about culture. So that culture thing meaning, I'll invite you in, just don't bring other black people around you because then that's going to make it look like you're into black culture. And remember, with the white supremacists, black culture is supposed to be a culture of failure. That gives white culture its meaning, its definition. You ask anybody what white culture is, they can't give you a real answer. White culture means not black culture. That's it. No such thing as white culture. White culture means that we don't get treated inferior like the black people do, which gives white culture its identity. You understand what I'm saying? So, a lot of people also think that just because you're sleeping with somebody or a white supremacist is sleeping with you, that doesn't make them a white supremacist. Because I've heard a lot of people say that. I've heard people say, well, Donald Sterling